Welcome, Libra. This reading is for you, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or any other placements that you might have with Libra that you might relate to or resonate with. Sometimes some of the middle or outer planets can be of higher connection depending on what house they're in. So you might know that you resonate with Libra in another placement other than Sun, Moon, or Rising. For instance, I have Saturn in Libra, and it's in the 5th house, and 5th house is arts and creativity. And so, yeah, Libra representing this kind of duality or evenness, this balance, can be a bit flippant and be a bit dualistic, a bit one or the other, and unsure or indecisive even. But soft, romantic, loves beautiful things. And so Saturn in Libra is interesting because there's a challenge there. There's a challenge with beautiful things. And yeah, someone who does like interior design and does art, but it has always been really hard. And not that it's hard to design, it's just hard to actually see, to make choices, to decide to stick with a style, or to stick with anything, or wait long enough to sort of build towards a certain complete vision. But because it's Saturn, that's something that over time the challenge will reward you if you stick with it and you continue on with it. It's kind of like a late bloom situation, but that's exciting because I'm 42 and I'm gonna be like in the prime of my life when I hit that 50-year mark. So I'm just getting better and better. Anyway, enough about me. Libra. I did we're gonna do a tarot spread. We're gonna do She-Wolf Tarot. We're gonna do Animal Spirit Oracle card. I've been sitting here in meditation just for a moment with little beeswax candle, some dried flowers, my Palo Santo, other supports. What else have we got? I love this clairvoyant oil by Star Child. I also represent this beautiful room mist, which is an Ayurvedic blend by Inanna Medicina. She's from Melbourne. Highly recommend this if you're into a room mist. This is both grounding and uplifting. And ylang ylang, frankincense, tulsi, rosewood in Victorian spring water. What else have we got? And we do ring a bell. And then I take in a few deep breaths and long sighs, and I find that helps me settle into the energy. And so the first thing I got for Libra was roses, and I got this romantic sense with the roses there. And then I had this vision, and it was like it's kind of like a diner or a restaurant that's sort of like a diner, so it's kind of casual. There's like bricks and neon lights, and it's dusk and the sun is going down. So I saw this place somewhere that like I could have been, or I have been to, but it just kind of came into my field. So there's something about an evening, maybe a romantic evening, but then I got these silver sneakers, and it felt like one of those follow the white rabbit moments. So if you happen to find yourself in a situation where you might be at a venue that looks like that, a diner, or you're just on the lookout for silver sneakers and like who's wearing them and where they're going and what that's all about. And I got a vision of the world card, and then think like, this is not, I didn't pull the world card, I got a vision of the world card. cycles, which was like so there's a turning point, there's a passageway, and then I got the word zones. We're switching zones. There's a new pathway, and it was like a community or something, and a community at the end of this, like an ending of a cycle and a walking into something new, changing zones, switching zones. And I got the word games, golden games. Make of that what you will, and we'll see within the reading how that might connect to what comes out for Libra. So we're kind of going to do it's a loose Celtic cross, and it's loose because I prefer to just sort of start off a little bit unstructured, but essentially the cards are sort of fulfilling those first few cards that a Celtic cross will fulfill, but I just like to do it without too much structure, and then moving it into some structure at the end. So we got 5 of Cups and 3 of Wands popping out. Let's take a look at 5 of Cups, 3 of Wands, Libra, and 5 of Cups. So she's like bending down, kind of covering herself up, almost going to grab the tail of this snake. And so with the cups, we're usually looking at emotion, and the 5 of Cups is, when we're maybe not focusing on what is going well, there's kind of a focus on these spilt cups. There's a focus on this snake's tail that, she's concerned with tripping over or maybe even losing, because that, like in this image, it looks like the snake's getting away, which is interesting to think of, because I like snakes. So I don't see snakes as a problem issue, but like as a sign of, feminine power, and like it's a sacred feminine symbol of protection. But she's kind of, there's almost an element of shame or embarrassment, because she's kind of doing this cover up. And then behind her is all of this, I don't know if it's quartz, but it's kind of like she's in the shadows, whereas there's all this like light and vitality, sunbeams. I do say the word vitality a lot. And all of these obelisks sort of in the distance behind her. Don't chew the curtain. My cat is chewing the curtain. And then there's 3 of Wands. Obviously, we're looking into this portal. We're saying what's about to come through, what's coming in to land. We're looking out into the horizon. She's very poised. She has great posture. And she's kind of casual. She's got her hand up. Sort of like in a way of, I would say, receptivity. There's a beautiful, and that's it. It's such a contrast. She's sort of crunching over in the first one, and then like exposed in the 3 of Wands. So we could have a challenge around being ready and open for what is actually coming in. So there could be this 5 of Cups element, which we're feeling, Libra, at the moment. There's this like, I've missed out on something, or I don't know, like, or yeah, I think there's a loss, or I've missed out, or something's gone wrong, and there's an element of this sadness and maybe shame for something that was missed or done, or and the challenge is actually releasing and opening up to those to the other cups behind you, which you're kind of overlooking at the moment and not realizing is there. And if you switch your focus to that, you realize like actually something's coming in for you through that 3 of Wands, if you can open up and get back into that state of trust. And when we do suffer from heartache, sadness, disappointment, anything on that emotional level, there can be a tendency to like, it's almost like scar tissue forming and to harden. And this 3 of Wands, although it's, it's this action, there's something coming towards you. and you want to be open and ready for it and accept it. Let's expand for Libra. What is next? And I was like, that message was about a passageway, zones, changing zones. Ooh. Balance. Balance, Libra. Balance, Libra. This, I feel like this is the Libra card. That's wild. But balance isn't a usual card, and I don't pull it that often. Justice. Yeah, it's the Justice card. It is time to be uncompromising in our goal of seeking and maintaining balance. Balanced perspectives, habits, responsibilities. Excess right now will only lead to burnout. Laziness will lead to depression. I lead by example by gaining a bird's eye view. Now, Libra, bless your cotton socks. Libra does have a tendency to tip the scales one way or another in like either hard abstinence or like load her up, and you have to come to balance. That's your advice. You have to work, you have to come back into center, because what goes in right now is what you're going to be sort of reaping the rewards of. So there's and if we attach it to this changing zones, then and this changing cycle with the world card vision, there could be an opportunity here. I mean, I'm always looking for opportunities because I think every day is an opportunity. What we're leaving behind is the Chariot. So something that we're trying to pull into alignment, which when we're trying to pull the Chariot into alignment, it can be very difficult. And the thing I love the most about the Chariot card is like how perfected that moment has to be when everything comes into alignment and you hit the perfect speed with the perfect trajectory, and you're all like right lined up, and you kind of hit that stride and everything is working. It's a very synchronistic, mechanical action. And when you hit that point and you hit that spark, it's like over in an instant. It's very hard to hold and to keep that moment, but you only need that one moment. That moment changes everything. And so something pivotal may have gone down with that Chariot being in the recent past. Also, the Chariot has a potential to fall apart. So it could be a moment where we're waiting for it to all come into alignment, and then somehow like the mechanism fails, and maybe you miss that round. So there could be a cycle where something was either narrowly missed, and the show must go on. Obviously the wheel must turn, and the season will come around again. So maybe that's something in the recent past. And we've got something in your strength is the Six of Wands. So there is balance there. Six of Wands is victory. Six of Wands, there's a victory. Actually, I love that card. Sometimes I skip over these a bit too quick, but I love the vista. I love if you really look at this, like how far like of a scene that is, in this beautiful kind of rising cloud. I want to see what those symbols are before I call them Anubis, because they may not be Anubis. Set. Disturber and usurper in ancient Egypt. set. Yeah, victory. The light of the sun may feel extra warm and comforting right now. Your attainments have been hard-earned. Congratulate yourself and pamper yourself. So maybe that chariot was a success. Maybe you did hit that perfect moment, and there is a, you know, you kind of go back to the beginning after that perfect moment. You can't hold it there for long. So celebrate that victory. And the Ace of Cups is in our, or Libra is in your near future. We ended up falling into this Celtic cross spread pretty fast. Near future is the Ace of Cups. So we're on the lookout for this new sense of satisfaction, this new opening, that portal now coming from the cup. That's some alchemical magic. And we always say that, oh, anything to do with the ace needs space to come through. I just got lots of cards come out, so I don't know what's happening here. Maybe I'll just share them. I don't really know what order to put them in, but there we go. The wheel did actually come out now as well. So it is the wheel turning. There is a shift. We have the Queen of Cups. So that's a beautiful feminine opening. We've got those lotus flowers. If you can see the lotus. Sorry if you can't, it's a little bit dark in here. And the wheel, and we got the Eight of Swords as well. So there is a little bit of binding with that Eight of Swords energy. We may feel bound to this Queen of Cups. Just going to leave those out. I love this wheel. It's like birds got to eat the eats. The eats. The bird, the birds, and the snake. Eight of Swords and Queen of Cups, they both have, see this eye? Look at that eye. Come on. Come on. Hello. Ooh. Wow. It's like that all-seeing eye. Is this someone? Someone tracking Libra. There's someone you feel like you can't move on from. Someone maybe invading privacy. A little bit smothering. Ace of Pentacles and the Divine Feminine, which is the Empress card. That Ace of Pentacles. We've got these resources, fertility. The Empress is fertile ground, and it's the portal, the gateway. So we have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles in this reading. So Libra, overall we're looking at, there's a new place you're going. A new place, a new space, a new zone, a new community. And you want to be on your best behavior. You want to be balanced. You want to be grateful for the winnings in the recent past. But accepting that the wheel is turning. And I think that there is someone watching, or there's some element of control which needs to be released. Or broken away from. Because there's quite a lot of fertility coming through. There's, you know, you're doing the right thing by moving away from something or someone. Even if it doesn't seem like a good idea. Or even if they're making it out to be like that, you know, you couldn't get any better. I think someone's making out that you couldn't get better, but you know, it's not about getting better. It's about getting what's aligned or correct or right, which is all to do with, you know, where the energy goes. Let's have a look at hopes and fears for Libra. Well, the Three of Cups it was kind of upside down. It was in a bit of a jumble. Three of Cups, third party. It's also collaboration. And we've got the Ace of Swords. We have the 3 of the 4 aces. Ace of Swords. We have the 6 of Swords. And the 6 of Swords sees that we need to do something a little bit different to what has been done in the past. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Discovery, trying new things out. Taking an unbeaten path. My next road leads to the sky. Whatever gets you out of the humdrum routine. So Ace of Swords, maybe there's a new invitation that you can follow. Maybe it's with this new group, this is this new community. And so maybe the new community feels a bit fresh, feels a bit raw. You know, that I feel like this Queen of Cups, as beautiful as this Queen of Cups is, it's like feeling familiar, but I think it's trying to like stop the wheel from turning. I think the Queen of Cups is not loving the wheel turning, and the Queen of Cups is very comfortable. And whatever's new and fresh, maybe it seems shallow at this point because it's new and it doesn't have the same depth, which the Queen has. Saturn, the outcome. Wasn't I just talking about my Saturn placement with Libra? Not that I relate this to me whatsoever. Let's get a clarifier for Saturn as well. As your final outcome, the Saturn, this could be like the big challenge. Hierophant, or the High Priest, the Hierophant. Convention, dogma. Tested systems. could be the challenge for you, Libra. Because Libra doesn't want to have to choose necessarily, and doesn't want to have to disappoint or shut anyone down. And so for that reason, Libra can get a bit of a reputation because actually they just really love everybody equally. And so they just want to keep the peace and get everybody together. Maybe you need to let some people go. Saturn is saying this could be, yeah, the challenge that you need to take responsibility for. You need to take responsibility for allowing the season to shift and for the wheel to turn. I mean, you can't fight a turning wheel. You just can't. But someone's trying to get you to ignore the wheel. Let's move to an animal spirit for Libra. Actually, let's read Hierophant just quickly. Taurus. Wisdom, master voice, search for truth, guidance. The truth leads us many places in the world, but internally it leads us to the crystallization of ourselves. We are called upon to be the wise master of our lives and to seek one out. Everything, if seen correctly, everything and everyone we come across as a teacher. So perhaps this is a call to adjust our perspective accordingly. In any case, the light of wisdom is asking to come through. It is time to level up. I am wise when I understand that I am here to learn. I mean, Saturn's the dad. Saturn's teaching a lesson here. And I don't know, 3 of Cups in the hopes and fears, like maybe you want your cake and you eat it too. Maybe you want to hold on to the Queen of Cups and also build into the new community, into the new zone. Oh, we're gonna go with Panther. Annihilation of the unnecessary, purging. The Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences and they've made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. Imbalance, brave and productive. Out of balance, self-destructive. Bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. I'm so sorry to the Queen. I don't think she's supposed to be here. I'm going to ask about the Queen. So, no shade to the Queen of Cups. She's just coming as this inhibiting factor with the 8 of Swords there. What can we just clarify about this Queen? Page of Wands. I feel like the Page of Wands is trying to stir shit. Enthusiasm, adventurous, lust for a life, bravery. When she comes to us, we may be feeling insatiable. We may want all the love, praise, food, sex, art, experiences. We don't know how or why to stop. All facets of life are my joy. So I feel like this queen is trying to tell you to only enjoy the pleasures and the scintillating aspects of life. I don't know. I think the queen's up to no good. It doesn't seem right because it's like, I know it doesn't seem right because queen is queen. But even queens will get, you know, we can all be in our shadow zone. And there's someone who is, I feel, leading you, Libra, like off the path of balance and into those excess points, which are very hard to say no to. But without having some clarity and without pausing and being in balance, then this Ace of Cups is not going to have room to appear for you. You're not going to have this potential of heart opening, this heart opening potential, which will step in front of you at any moment now. And does that make sense? So get it together. Get it together. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know how to sing that Beastie Boys song. I don't. But you got to get it together. You're going to have to say no to some parties. Say no to some... There are certain social events to say no to. Follow the silver shoes. When you see the silver sneakers, they might invite you somewhere. They might just be out and about. You might be walking past somewhere and you see them, go in there. It doesn't mean like that's the person. Maybe it is. Maybe it's their friend. I don't know. Maybe there's, sorry, my nose is like itchy. Oops. Ugh. My nose is always itchy. It's a bewitched. It's a bewitched thing when I'm like reading High Priestess came out and the Leo card lost. Lusty High Priestess. I'm just shuffling now, so I should probably stop shuffling. But yeah, there is a passageway. You're changing zones. There's a new community. Follow the white rabbit. Follow the silver sneakers. Get into balance. Say no to the excess. It's trying to keep you from moving. This queen just doesn't want the wheel to turn. Maybe she had it too good. But nevertheless, the wheel is turning and it will turn. And so be ready for the Ace of Cups, which is appearing. And you're going to do something that's a little bit different. Maybe it's with a new group of people. But yeah, it's a challenge. It's not easy, Libra. You don't like to leave anyone behind. You certainly don't want to leave the queen behind. But I think that's it. Okay, if you would like any tailored readings, you can contact me through my website, sunbakerstudio.com.au. I really appreciate support for this channel. If you've enjoyed this reading, if you'd like to comment on anything, if you want to let me know how it resonated, if you want to let me know if you find those silver shoes, I'd really like to see where they take you. And yes, I mean, I'm a jumble of things, and I'm doing holistic interior design. I do energy clearings in spaces. I do spatial plans, color schemes, anything in the interiors realm. So for holistic interior design, creating sacred spaces, clearing energetic spaces for, we're either clearing spaces for past relationships, which still have like a lingering essence, or for creating a space that is ready to have a relationship and to be inviting people into your home and to be prepared for sharing that and for making people comfortable and welcome and supporting, other people's comfort. That's really what I specialize in. Tarot reading, of course, and human design analysis is pretty much the menu right now. So find me at sunbakerstudio.com.au, and I will see you again soon, Libra. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day.